Welcome to the Hartley Show. We're here again at Taz Comics, fantastic Taz Comics in Vancouver, just near Boundary. Hey. We're going to go over a few Superman Batman books today. I'm going to start things off with Action Comics. Right now, Action Comics is in the middle of this, well, not in the middle, it's the tail end, actually, of this Reign of the Doomsday story arc. Remember that guy, Doomsday, he killed... I keep on looking over at our sexy cameraman, Barry Nerling. I can't help it. Look at this guy.
Sound guy, actually.
Did I just call you camera guy?
He's the camera guy.
See, I got a camera in my face, and I only know about comic books, man. What can I say?
You need an audience.
Yeah, no crap. Ray Chan, I'm looking at you, buddy. Well, actually, I'm looking at Steve right now. Steve's right over here. Right over here. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. That's the guy that killed Superman way back in the day. And at this point, Doomsday is back, and there's multiple versions of him. Now, Action Comics up until issue 900 was fully about Lex Luthor. It was written by the same guy, Paul Cornell, and now Lex Luthor, the focus has gone back to Superman. The weirdest thing about this is this book was rather clever. Basically up until now. I'm not saying this is bad, but it sort of everything gets dumbed down a little bit. There's this weird little moment in here where Superman just sort of plucks out of the cyborg's chest his power capacitor thing, which has never really happened before. It's this weird sort of, I don't want to call it necessarily a Deus Ex Machina sort of deal, but you know, it's this weird sort of, we need to get rid of this character, so I'm just going to reach in and It's a good book still, and the art's fantastic, and I am enjoying this storyline. But for sure, Paul Cornell's writing seemed to just get a little dumbed down when he had to sort of play ball with the bigger story arc. But fun, you know, and I quite dig this guy's art. I'm not going to pretend Kenneth Rocafort, I believe his name is. He's a cool artist. And of course, there's Jesus Marino as well, who's a fantastic artist. Jesus here, this artist here, there's two artists in the book. He's going to be the guy doing layouts when George Perez takes over Superman, the Man of Tomorrow. Right over here, we have the Superman book. Now, this is still going along with the John Michael Straczynski Superman's Walking Across America storyline that a lot of people didn't like so much. I was sort of lukewarm to be, honest. But ever since this Chris Robinson guy has come on board the writing chores, things have gone in a great direction. In this issue, Superman ends up in Las Vegas, and he has to deal with Live Wire, a character that was created for the cartoon, Superman the Animated Series back in the day. Lori Petty did the voice of. Character I dig. And of course, my favorite thing, I say of course. If you know me, this would be an of course. But, why would you know me? I'm a weirdo. Mm-hmm. One of the co-stars in this book is Iron Monroe, one of my favorite characters. He's a fantastic character. The idea behind Iron Monroe was back when they rejiggered DC continuity with Crisis on Infinite Earths. They created this guy, Iron Monroe, to basically take the place of Superman way back during the World War II times and all that stuff. He serves a very minor role in this comic, but if you like Iron Monroe, this is like the only thing he's appeared in months and months and months. I highly recommend picking it up. Eddie Burrows, the artist, fantastic. And like I say, ever since Chris Robinson started doing the writing chores, combined with the JMS plot line, this book has really picked up a lot. It seems to have had a lot more to do with sort of exciting Superman stuff rather than I'm walking across America. Which really, come on, as a single storyline idea, this seems like a neat idea, but who wants to read month after month after month of Superman walking across America if he's just talking to depressed people and whatnot? So bringing back the superhero element makes it a lot more exciting. And of course, one of the books that's not going to survive the DC relaunch is Superman Batman right here. They just wrapped up this storyline called Sorcerer Kings. I really enjoyed this. I'd never actually heard of this writer before, so it was a nice introduction to this guy. And the artist is one of my longtime favorites, Chris Cross, who got started on a book called Blood Syndicate, one of the milestone books back in the day. Trying to think of other stuff he did. He did Captain Marvel series for a while and stuff like that. He also relaunched Firestorm. This is also getting another relaunch. A fun series. This Sorcerer King story arc was basically about world that goes to DC world that goes to hell because of magic stuffs, and Superman gets this big magic sword. And one of the neat elements about this is because Superman's powered by the sun, in this world their sun has been converted into some big weird magic power battery, so Superman's actually sort of magically enhanced, which is kind of weird for a guy who's vulnerable to magic. A fun storyline. I really, really recommend it. Now, over in the Batman side of the world, we've got pretty much my favorite writer in comics next to Alan Moore, Grant Morrison. He's writing this great Batman Incorporated book, and the whole idea behind this right now is that Bruce Wayne has told the world that he's the guy funding Batman, and Batman's become, what's the word for it? Almost like a merchandising thing in the sense that there's Batman all around the world, and everybody on this cover right here, They're all Batman associates. And very early in this particular issue, there's this line right there. There you go. Batman is everywhere. And if he didn't exist, well, I guess we'll just have to invent him. It's sort of the mantra of the whole book. It's been just fantastic. Super, super clever. My only problem with this particular issue is they bring the outsiders into the book. And the outsider group that they bring along is, outsiders that I all dig in all this, but they got this goofball that Dan DiDio created. I can't even think of his name off the top of my head, and I don't understand why Grant Morrison is using him other than just to be nice to Dan DiDio. But a great book, and I'm being just geeky nitpicky because that's what I do. And then, of course, we got the Batman and Robin book, written by Judd Winnick at this point. This is bringing back the Red Hood into the story arc. Red Hood, of course, they had that Batman Red Hood cartoon they put out recently. Have you seen that, Barry?
No, I have not.
You would like it. You like Batman. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic watch. And the Red Hood, if for those of you that aren't familiar with him, he was the second Robin, Jason Todd, who was killed by the Joker. He was brought back to life via the, it was a couple of weird things that brought him back into life, and that actually was sort of the convoluted element in the comic history that I won't really get into. The movie makes it a little bit more slick and just uses the Lazarus pit that Ra's al Ghul, or Raz al Ghul as they called him in the movie, uses to bring himself back to life. So this is bringing us back to Red Hood. He doesn't actually wear this outfit inside the book. As the series, this issue starts off, he's being escorted around in prison shackles by these weird animal people and whatnot, and it's a good read. I really enjoy Judd Winnick, especially when he's tackling Red Hood, which is sort of, at the moment, between this and Justice League International, what sort of has got him back on the map as a writer that people enjoy, because he had a lot of sort of negative reactions to stuff he did throughout the past. And there you go. There's a quick rundown. Batman, Superman stuff. Now, there is also a ton of other Batman books, but I'll be perfectly frank. I'm not reading those, so I didn't really want to cover them because I'd just be talking crap. There you go. Batman books.